monthly roundup of August. We have with us Madhu and Kishore, both from Coinsburg. Madhu, like you know, is a fundamental analyst, and Kishore is a technical analyst, both of them experts in what they do. Let's dive right into it. Talk about what happened in the last month. There were 5 tokens that we spoke about last month, 5 projects that we said was something that you need to look out for in the month of August. Let's just touch upon what happened there. The 5 tokens were Manta, Zero Knowledge, Mavia, Res and Banana. Banana did pretty well midway through, but then Manta, ZK, Mavia and Res, all of them are at the same position they were in last one that around this time when we started speaking about it.
Yeah.
We'll touch upon Banana first. What happened with Banana? How did it perform as we expected it to?
Yeah, of course. Actually, Banana got listed in Binance Futures as well as it was initially listed in Binance Spot. Then there was a airdrop is going on. For the users who are using the Banana bot, there's a bot is there. So you can snipe or you can swap whatever via Telegram only. So whoever uses the Banana bot, regularly, so they got a airdrop. And parallelly, there were no unlocks are there. So it is looking good, and Binance also got listed in futures. And we expected the same thing because of the hype was there. There is a new bot, so it went well.
I heard it was World Banana Lovers Day or something a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it was 27th August.
Yeah, did it have any effect? Did it do anything to the market?
Probably it might, and it might have an effect.
Too insignificant to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
And what is the outlook for Banana for the coming month?
So I'm expecting if market supports whatever Bitcoin and all will be in the bullish phase. So I'm expecting above $100.
$100.
Yeah.
So you're saying Banana is done with its independent pump and it's come and joined
Yeah,
Bitcoin. So
exactly.
whatever happens with the market, if that's the
Depend on the market condition. So we can expect some good price in Banana.
So out of the 4 that we spoke might pump, Banana did go up a little bit, did well.
Yeah.
But the other 4 kind of put us in a lurch, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was because of what happened to the Japanese stock market.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right, which saw us see sub 50,000 Bitcoin in a first time in a long time.
Yeah.
What happened there? What happened with the Japanese stock market?
So actually what happened, the Japanese government announced the cut rates and they increased the interest rates. So it directly affected to the whoever the users. So they sell the other assets. They sell the assets in different like crypto and USD, and they fulfill and pay back to this Japanese currency. So that means it was quite difference in the USD and then Bitcoin price. So that day, the next day immediately it started coming down, and once 60,000 is the like most anticipated level where buying should be there for the institutions. So once that 60k break, the next immediately 49 was the highest price in January. Once it cut back from $49,000, immediately it will rush to $73,000. So the same day, once it dropped down to 60, it reached the 49k and pulled back at the same day.
Correct. No, but tell me this, I have this thing. So across the world, across the globe, across the year, there are so many rate cuts happening, so many different announcements by federal banks of different countries. How often does Bitcoin react like this? How often can we expect Bitcoin to react like this? What are those economies, what are those geographies, what are those countries that can affect the Bitcoin movement like this?
As I'm a technical analyst, I used to go with a technical perspective how the currency rate cuts are happening. So mostly we used to follow like one is CPI, Consumer Price Index.
We spoke about it last
Yes. And other one is the inflation cut rate, and one is unemployment claims. So there are mostly like unemployment people are more in the present US session. So they'll give some subsidies to these people. So these are the effects, and other than that we used to talk about this CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. They used to run futures, BTC, Bitcoin futures in the exchange. So these globally these things will affect BTC price.
Fair enough. So we've been talking about this for a while now. You go on YouTube and you'll find a lot of information about the CPI and all these indicators. Can you break it down? What exactly happens if, let us say, let's go to unemployment, right? Unemployment rate is high, so there are a lot of people getting the unemployment benefit.
Yes.
How does it directly affect the market? And why? What happens? So let's say there's more money flowing in without any value being created. Correct? That's what happens in terms of unemployment. So how does it affect?
What will happen when US and all other countries announce this unemployment rate? So usually if the unemployment rate is higher, then we will call it as a recession. because there is a lack of whatever the jobs are there. So the graduates and whoever are there, the number of degree holders will be more. So this will make an impact of, so there is less jobs and the money flow will be less to the retailers.
Okay.
So this is how, and whatever the sentiment only here also matter, because of if the unemployment is higher, then the money flow towards the market will take a note. I mean, if people are not earning, then how they will put the money to the market.
Fair enough.
So in this way also we can consider, so I'm just talking about the how market sentiment will be towards this. So this is how, so in that way people will think about, okay, there is something negative things happening across this US and all, about that employment rate. So then these are just the mindset of people, then the market will drop.
Mostly the sentiment drive. Globally, the global sentimental drive, so it will directly affect the Bitcoin because people consider it's a global currency. Like it's like vice versa. Like once USD affect, it's like reciprocate. So it will directly affect the BTC price.
And it's most often a knee-jerk reaction, right? Just, how's the Japanese stock market doing now? Did they recover? What happened there?
Right now, like after the drop, it quietly stable. So people are expected because when quite drop happened, people try to come and invest. So like we saw in COVID crash. So how it was dropped. So most of the institutions see this kind of opportunities. Some recession or some drop happened. Everybody is in fear. So there is a saying, right? When people are in fear, you should to buy. When people are in greed, you should to sell.
When people are
Greed.
you have to sell. When they are fearful, you have to buy.
This quote was given by Warren Buffett.
When there's blood on the streets is when you make money.
If the blood is yours also, you should buy.
Oh, is it? So that is what happened with the Japanese stock market. So these four tokens projects that we had spoken about last month, right? Mavia, Manta, ZK and rest.
Yeah.
All of them recovered along with the rest of the market. And towards the end of the month, I'm just jumping to the end of August, towards the end of this month, midway through, the TON ecosystem crashed because of Powell's arrest, right? So where are we heading with that? What are the TON ecosystem tokens? So right now the latest news is that he's out of jail, he's on bail and he can't leave France. The charges against him are pretty serious. Countries across the world are taking their stand with him, right? TON and NOT both crashed, both kind of recovered. So where is that headed? I'm sure there's a lot of people watching that are invested in the TON ecosystem and would love to know what's happening there.
So there is one more thing happened along with the arrest of the Telegram CCU. The thing is, TON blockchain has stopped working. I mean, due to the block space issues and all, it works. I mean, it stopped almost 4 hours. Then they reset the validators. Now it's working fine. So this is already happened in Solana also. In 2021, there were a lot of issues. Then they migrated to the new code. Rust also, they upgraded themselves and now they are working really fine. So this is also one more thing. This happened because of the one more token listed called DOX.
Okay.
So DOX was DOX token is a community-driven meme token based on DOC theme.
Okay.
So they were 75 to 80% of the token were allocated to the community guys.
Okay.
Purely like airdrops, whoever use the other platforms in Telegram, they got claimed. So this, the number of tokens minted in TON ecosystem was huge by the DOX. The volume was literally heavy. I mean, the volume was really huge. So this is also one of the reason of the block space issues and all happened.
Getting clogged up.
Exactly. They got clogged up. And right now, if you see, there are a few tokens which are listed in Binance in TON ecosystem. Particularly, one is TON, the heart of the TON ecosystem, where it is trading around $5.5 to $6. And one more is NOT. NOT is basically a kind of gaming in Telegram mini app. So that is also trading around 0.009 there. And one more recently they got listed DOX.
Okay.
So these three are because of this Telegram CEO arrest and all, they came down little. But if everything code got settled, I mean, he got completely out of the jail and there is no issues with him. So then probably we can see one more good rally in these TON ecosystem coins. Because still the volume is there and people who are building the applications, if you see the growth of Telegram mini apps, they are increasing day by day. There were few gaming applications also migrating to TON ecosystem. Recently I saw one, this one, GAMEE, gaming. So this is also one of the platform and they are already having a token that is backed by Binance Labs.
We spoke about gaming sometime.
Exactly.
Month, right?
So these guys also ported to TON this DApps. So there are a lot of developers are developing a lot of mini apps on top of Telegram and there were few tokens yet to come to TON blockchain. And in future we will see a huge volume proper utility-based tokens are getting into the Ton ecosystem.
Ton.
See, if you see in Solana, there's particularly the meme-driven tokens are they got attention, like Whiff, Dog, Whiff Hat, then Bonk. Then if you see Myro, there were few tokens which are meme tokens are got popular. If you see in Ethereum, there were a lot of DeFi-related applications, like Layer 2s, Arbitrum, then a lot of things are there, like including decentralized exchanges. If you see in Ton ecosystem, I'm expecting there will be more number of mini apps will onboard to the ecosystem, and you can do you can use all the applications on top of Telegram only. This is the main. Now I'm seeing in Telegram, they're heading towards.
What about how is this news? It's rumors at this point, but news that Apple is going to take Telegram off the App Store. Indonesia is talking about banning.
Yeah.
But if it comes to that, like for example, India banned TikTok, not related to crypto, but India banned TikTok. We don't use TikTok in India anymore, right? If it comes to that with Telegram, if there are a couple of big population countries that ban it, ask its citizens not to use it. If it does come, that's actually happening. It's not a new thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's not new. We won't be shocked or surprised to see some country banning it. What happens in such a situation?
See, usually it is a negative thing only for any ecosystem.
Right.
If they are completely removing from a particular country, even I heard a news about India is going to ban Telegram.
Correct.
So these are all currently rumors. They are not yet proven yet because they are working properly. If they ban and all something happen, then it will be a...
Even news like that will make investors tread carefully, right?
Yes,
they
correct.
wouldn't want to touch anything like this with this.
In crypto, almost every time the rumors will be in play.
Yeah.
Usually rumors will get the volume, then the news will get the sell-off volume.
Correct.
Usually in the crypto, this thing will happen.
Correct,
By
yes.
the rumors, sell the news. If these kind of rumors, they're already, in Binance also, India blocked the URL. Now they came back. There is a way to clear all the cases. If these things also happen, there is a solution for all this.
No, but what happens to the investors when the litigation is going on, when the issue is going on? What do investors do? Where do people decide that this is where I take a loss, I get out of it, I'll watch if it slides further? Unless you're dollar cost averaging, it is a tough decision to make, right?
Correct. See, if that is completely depend on the experience of the retailer. For example, if a new guy or noob came into the market 1 month before he came and he joined crypto, then if he bought Ton at $7 or $8, then 100% he'll be in panic. If someone who bought it, because Ton not yet started from $8 or $10, it was started from some 0.5 it was traded, then only it cost $1, then $2. So whoever bought that, they still have a trust. Because if you see the development, what is happening across the ecosystem, comparatively, it is positive.
I'm sorry, I don't agree. Somebody who bought at 40 cents, an asset that's trading at $5, 100% he'll have trust in it. There is no
Exactly.
We are talking about those people who got in the median, right? Let's say someone who got around $5.50, $6 even, right? Who got in after the growth phase.
Correct.
Right? In that mini spectrum that you
Might
look
be.
at.
Due to the hype and all, they
what
are
happens to these people? Like Knot, for example, Ton, all these projects have done in a short time.
Correct.
They've held on to themselves. They've held their ground pretty well. And when it takes a dump like this, what next is the...
This is completely depend on the individual mindset. If, for example, if they really trusting about all the rumors and all, it will impact almost 50% of the players, retailers who entered at that price. Probably they might sell also, they might hold also, depending if they did proper research on what exactly happening across all the ecosystem, and if they already know about these kind of cases are already existed. Even CZ is also now in jail. Even this FTT guys are also do a lot of things. But in this this is not yet proved. No, he is just having some allegations on top of him. So once it proved, we should see. We should talk about how it will drive. But currently, it is a kind of panic situation is there across the new industry. Exactly.
Right. So you guys let us know, what are you doing with the Ton ecosystem tokens? Are you holding on to them? Are you selling them off? Are you looking for a further bottom, or do you think the bottom is done and it's going to do really well? Let us know and we'll talk about it in the next episode and see what happened in the Ton ecosystem tokens. Moving on with respect to personalities, we spoke about Pavel. We should talk about Justin Sun as well.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sorry I spoke about Ton going
Tron
on.
ecosystem.
So many tokens with similar tickers. What's happening with Justin Sun? It's been around since Sun was around. What has happened with Sun?
So,
Just,
if you see this, usually there is a kind of, we know Tron is a layer 1 blockchain, and probably everyone know the largest volume traded across Tron is USDT, Tether. Tether reserve is full of almost 50% and above is on Tron, and almost 90% of the traders will use USDT on top of Tron to withdraw and deposit everything. So this is what exactly, I mean, from past 2 to 3 years it was happened. So right now Justin Sun and Tron completely moved one leg up, and they were launched a platform called Sun.pump, where anyone can create a meme coin, just a click. You can just have a go through the website.
What was the thing on Solana?
Pump.fun.
This is Sun.pump.
Exactly. Yeah. So they completely replicated that, and they were doing with the Tron ecosystem. And see, in these kind of things, what will happen? If a layer 1 is performing really well, means behind that there should be a lot of tokens should release. Then only the token gets the proper utility.
Correct.
For example, Solana getting swapped to other tokens and people are making money means 100% they are going to buy Solana first.
Correct.
Then only the price of the core token will getting higher. So here also same thing happening. So Tron is creating their own platform, and already we know that is the second largest total value locked ecosystem. After Ethereum holds around $48 billion, Tron holds around $20 to $25 billion. So what they are doing with that money? These many years that was completely locked. Only with TRX, just Sun, BTTC, some other tokens. So right now there are few more tokens are getting released on top of Tron ecosystem. So anyone can mint token on Tron by using Tron as a gas fees, and they can swap using Tron. So this is creating more volume towards buying of Tron, then lot of other tokens also getting released. So this is getting people's attention, and more number of people are using this Sun.pump to mint the token, and they are buying there also. And recently this Sun.pump equaled the revenue of Pump.fun, around $400 million they were revenue equaled. And see, people want this one only. People want the money, where the money is inflowing. So there the people will create their interest.
So this is all pumponomics.
Yeah, it's kind of pumponomics.
So
only.
generally, like when any like these kind of news happening, like when any emergency situation happen in the market, we call him like intelligent market maker. He only create he only create the news. He only solve the news. So that's how he makes money in the market. Like when some emergency situation happen, he used that opportunity as for his purpose on different coins like Sun coin or some just coin. So like that he used that opportunity and he will start pumping. So people were in confused while the market is coming down, other coins, while these coins, the own created coins is going up. So it made us confused, and that opportunity makes him to make good money.
Correct.
So he created a problem, he solved a problem.
Correct.
So that's make how he balance.
Yeah. That's what we've been talking about, right? Like, crypto ecosystem right now is such that I build something, I make you use it. You build something, you make me use it. So that's where it's going round and round and round. Hopefully we'll break out of that chain sometime soon. And sticking with, you had something to add?
Yeah, and one more thing is, and Tron right now they are literally telling the word that we can also build any number of applications. Because if you see these many years, there was only their own applications are ruling in Tron ecosystem. Including this Just platform is there. So there around 19 billion total values simply locked. You can lend and borrow the Tron based asset. And one more thing I should add is USDD. It is a algorithmic stable coin which is still running. It is a similar to UST. I think UST, everyone are already familiar with UST. Yes. Terra US dollar, which has happened with Luna. It got collapsed. So this is the same kind of algorithmic stable coin which is backed with BTC and other stable coins. So they are really running successful, and there is yet to come, because the potential of Tron is huge. The way they are handling the stable coins, if you think just like USDT alone, they were like daily across millions of transactions are happening. Still their network is stable. So just assume there were a lot of other DApps yet to come to Tron ecosystem. Then the value and volume will gradually increase. Like how Ethereum is building all the DeFi application. We never saw any kind of decentralized exchanges across Tron. Except the Sun, there is no, now only the new people are showing interest to build something. Because the complete Justin Sun only controlled all the ecosystem. If the new developers come in only, it will get
Fair enough.
and trust also will build, and the ecosystem also will grow. So we can see in future if the developers from outside they made a mind to build application, and it will be good.
He's a real businessman.
Yeah,
The real crypto business.
yeah.
So in the month of August, like before this crash, there was a news pumping in the market like Twitter. So CG got released, but we checked with the internal sources. So that was some kind of fake news. But
We don't need any sources. He's in for 3 months, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
we
yes.
know when he went in, we'll know when he's going to get out.
We'll post some unwanted things. CZ
Yes.
got released.
Yeah.
First of all, we should trust with the.
Probably some guy who's sitting in a long and the market is going down.
Yeah.
Let's pump the market.
so when those fake news came out to the market and this Binance coin reflected, the news reflected directly in the Binance
BNB.
price. Yes. So it started from $530 to like some 600 around before crash. So that news, like that kind of fake news rumors comes and goes.
Correct.
So when the real time comes, so he'll be out of the jail. So
We'll know.
he's a big
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, we'll know when
Yeah.
the sun is up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to add one more thing to the BNB pump. Actually, BNB chain announced one date. So they were completed some 5 years of in the
Chain.
crypto. So they were announced the same platform like pump.firm, sun.pump. It's called 4.me. So same thing, you can mint any token within a single second and using less fees.
Using BSC.
Exactly, and
Using
one
BSC.
BSC Smart Chain. Binance Smart Chain, you can mint any meme coin, and one token got popular called Binance Dog.
Binance dog. Okay.
Yeah.
Be a good pointer for BNB, right? I mean,
Huh,
to
yes.
have a little skin in the game for BNB as
Exactly.
well. Maybe 1 or 2% of your capital put in BNB, wait for a couple of months, 2 months, right? That's also possible.
Correct. So when these kind of new tokens are getting released, BNB also will be
Of
active.
course, of course.
You can swap it,
Yeah,
and you
yeah, all the
can
money
you can
in
make
the world.
big money with this. So risk is involved. Obviously, like how this coin will go up, they will come down.
Correct.
So based on your research, you can put it your. I mean, you can have a look into, because a lot of pancake swap also getting attention.
Correct.
So the cake token also has
Yes,
a little
yes.
mood, because that is one of the biggest decentralized exchange on top of BSC Smart Chain. So if this 4.meme like click like Solana pump.firm, we can see cake also will fly along
Cake
with
also, right?
along
Correct.
with BNB.
Correct, you're right.
So this is what 4.meme and pump.firm. Then this one
Sun.pump.
sun.pump.
All said and done, sun.pump, pump.fun are platforms where a token can go up by about 5,000% or 10,000% or 1,000,000% in like a few minutes, and then go back to absolutely zero value the next minute.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So go on these platforms, have fun, look around. Maybe if you have 200, 300 rupees, just put it. That's all. Don't never put in more money in
It's
any
all-
of these platforms. There
Yes.
are other platforms where you can legitimately
Correct.
wait it out, know what is genuinely happening in the market, what these projects are doing, than sniping
Sniping.
Yeah.
on pump.fun and sun.pump. Right? Keeping in line with Binance had their re-entry into the App Store and to India
Yes.
sometime last week. The FIU registration happened. FIU registration basically does this. Once an entity is registered with the FIU, they're just obligated to share user data with the intelligence agencies or the income tax agencies or whoever it is that request for it, a genuine request of course, is exactly what registration with FIU does. It basically says I'm doing business in this country and I'm going to follow the laws of the land and make information available whenever any investigating agency asks for it. That is pretty much it with FIU. There's nothing deeper than that. Maybe FIU going forward will develop into a TRI, for example.
Okay.
Right? Like, just like how TRI is for telecom regulations in India, FIU might become that in some form or maybe not. It's financial intelligence unit, but it could be a beginning of regulation in India in terms of how exchanges are working. Right now we have FIU that exchanges have to register with. Or we have TDS and there is
Yes.
tax that
Tax.
has been there for a couple of financial years now. So is it a good move? What does it look like? What does Binance's re-entry say about what the ecosystem could look like? But they also got slapped a few 100 crores of a GST
8
notice.
million.
right?
Yes.
That also happened. So what does it look like for regulations?
So if you see recent activity with WazirX, it got hacked. Some things people are really worried about their funds. So Binance entry is really good. If you see the volume across their exchange, you can buy a good token with good volume and you can sell at any time.
Correct.
So if you see in perspective of liquidity, if you see in perspective of the trust, what Binance built till now, so it seems a great news for Indians, which they can access the exchange, which is fully legal now, regulated. It's regulated. A few months ago, there was that IP block happened. Then there was that web links also not working. Even App Store removed application. Now across, if you compare with all the exchanges, Binance is having a good volume and good trust till now.
I don't think Indians stopped trading on Binance. It was still on full swing. Right? It's just that the new users didn't come on board, and people who were already using that didn't get the update.
Correct.
But still, if you see, web app is, website is a necessity thing for a trader.
But I think 2 or 3 times you try opening it, it will open.
No,
I mean, not entirely.
It was like
it was blocked.
Trial and test.
Just for the first week, right?
After that also it blocked for a few regions. It blocked. I don't know. Someone get used that, but I personally felt. I tried to use that. It didn't work.
So mostly like people use VPN.
Specifically ask people not to use VPN, right?
Yes.
VPN
Binance will only give the warning that you should not use VPN.
In some cases, like Binance gave warning that once you use the other country VPN, like mostly like Dubai or somewhere, Australia, so they use those VPNs, like paid VPNs. So once we use that, it automatically detect an IP address. So it will give directly warning to the user who is using that particular account. So some like in Twitter also we can see most of the accounts got blocked due to this VPN.
Fair enough. I never had a problem. Binance
Even
opened on all
yes.
browsers. Wasn't an issue at all.
So one thing I want to discuss here is like crypto started as decentralized. So slowly people are getting habituated and it is becoming more centralized. Like anyway, we are using the centralized units for Binance or some other exchanges for trading, creating trading opportunities for trading, daily trading. So once government is giving this kind of things to the particular exchanges, so they has to give this data. So it kind of a bad thing for crypto decentralized mindset people. But once it become regulatory system, then it will be create more trading opportunities.
Well,
also.
I don't agree. The decentralization was for creation of the money.
Yes.
It was not essentially for governing, and it wasn't for usage. Usage, you always need some kind of a middleman, some kind of a marketplace.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody to sell you, somebody to coordinate between buyers and sellers. There is always a need for that. I don't think that decentralization is affected as much.
Mainly, it's all about liquidity.
Right.
Because if you use any decentralized exchanges like we have DYDX, we have Uniswap. So few tokens are not available there, and if you are trading the BTC and all like swaps.
No, fair enough. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the nature of decentralization
Correct.
itself.
Yes.
It's not for government.
I don't remember who it was. There was this token called Factum.
Phantom.
Okay,
Factum. Okay.
Factoid and Factum. This was back in 2014. One of the first ICOs.
Okay.
Right? One of the founders, I can't recollect his name now, but he used to attribute this sentence to himself. He used to say anything that can be decentralized will be decentralized.
Okay.
Right? He had like almost put his name below it saying, I said this is my statement.
Okay,
right?
okay.
Yeah, so like that decentralization, wherever there is no need for a middleman, is going to go away naturally. But then, anyway, so moving on, what about WazirX? So WazirX just asked for a 6-month moratorium in Singapore, saying we're going to restructure and see how we can, what is the settlement plan and all of that. What's happening there?
I saw some post in Twitter that they were announced 60% of the funds you can withdraw to the bank.
40% you take the loss.
I don't know exactly what is happening, but still.
So that's what they're saying. They had a poll and all. Did we discuss about the poll last time? I think we spoke about the poll last time.
Yes. They had a poll and recently some kind of inside application only. This one you have to approve something related to the withdrawals only.
Yeah.
So we should be careful with whatever the thing.
But I really hope that they get back on their feet and they're able to. And I really hope that they don't have any wrongdoing on themselves.
Actually, it was a huge hack compared to like when we heard hacks in other exchanges also. Mostly like 10%, 20%. It was like almost 50% of the hack, and almost $225 million got hacked.
Right.
So some suspicious thing can be noted maybe like legitimate or nobody don't know what
No,
exactly.
I really hope that it was a legit hack and not an insider job, right? Because these are exchanges, these are companies that have really stood their ground in India. They were around when the 2018 RBI notice to banks happened. That's when they started, right? That's when they
One of the
started
biggest
peer-to-peer.
exchange in India.
It was actually, and initial days it was supported by Binance.
Binance.
Binance support came much later, but
Yeah.
initially when they started, they just they were doing peer-to-peer in India. They started
Correct.
peer-to-peer as a
Correct.
centralized
Correct.
exchange.
Correct.
In 2018, I think 2018 April is when banks stopped working for exchanges. April 5th of 2018, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes.
Post that, they were there doing the Wazirex when the case was going on in the Supreme Court and all of that. So I really hope that they are cleared of any wrongdoing, and also people who've lost the money can, I don't know,
They
maybe
might-
make it back in the pump.
Yeah.
Make it back in
So
the
once
run.
it got hacked, they didn't resume, like they didn't stop the trading activities. So it was run almost 3-4 days.
Correct.
So most of the crashes happened in BTC. Like when we see in INR price, it crashed almost 33 lakhs
Correct.
from 60.
Correct.
It was
So
only
half-
in that exchange.
Yes,
Correct.
in that particular exchange, like where trading in INR pairs. So that was really like it was not good actually.
It was not good at all. Where is
Yeah.
the Bitcoin going to come from? I think BTCE also something similar happened. I remember I think Bitcoin was trading at around $7,000 or $8,000, and on BTCE, right? BTC is the one that went out. On BTC it was available for $4,000 or something, half the price, but you couldn't withdraw.
Yes.
Right? You could send your USDT whatever and buy Bitcoin, but you couldn't take it out. So anyway, so that was the kind of roundup about personalities. I wanted to talk about CZ, a little bit about Justin Sun, a little bit about Pavel. So moving on, what else happened? So Israel and Iran did come face to face, right? They started sending missile across to each other. Did that have an effect on the market? Do you think the looming war situation is going to affect the market further, or are we done talking about the war?
Currently, there are a lot of, other newses are there which is affecting the market. It is also like slightly affecting.
It's kind of a catalyst. So
Exactly.
once something is bad is going on,
It can be added
so
to it.
they added some fuel to it and it will drive more downside.
And Kennedy Jr. opting out of the race.
Yeah, this is a good thing for Trump.
It's a very good thing for.
Trump is directly supporting crypto and blockchain.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of things happening across Trump also. He is literally promoting everywhere crypto, Bitcoin, will do the good tax and all. And even if you see Kamala Harris also, there are few platforms which are predicting the polls of what can happen in US election. There is one platform called Polymarket. So there will be, before Kamala Harris make an announcement that she will be a president candidate, Trump was around 70%. 75% was the winning chances of Trump. Then when Joe Biden, that thing happened, then she got into, now it is, came to 45% Trump, then 55 Kamala Harris. Now today also it is almost 49 50, it was there only. So their opinion also showing that anything can happen in US. But so if Trump wins, it will be good for crypto, as like I accept
I
it.
think no matter who wins, it's going to be good for crypto. Crypto is, right now, the industry has become a little too big to ignore and to be sidelined and to play around with, right? It's become a little too important.
Good to crypto in the sense means like when we saw like SEC cases happened in different like cryptos like XRP, like in different cryptos it affected directly from US. So the most major newses may not happen in the crypto space. So it will be cool and calm. So like that we are expecting.
And even if you see SEC 3 days back sent a notice to OpenSea. OpenSea is one of the biggest NFT platform where they are telling this is also come under securities. And if you see 1 month or 2 months before, they sent a notice to Uniswap also.
But the exact thing got over, right? It's not a security. There
Almost
was like,
over.
What was it? $15, $20 pump? There was 50-20% pump. There was a little bit of
Pump happened, yeah.
Yes.
There was an announcement and pump happened.
We will have to look forward to more news coming out of
Exactly. How
labs.
Ripple will tie up with all the banks. Now currently the BRICS is going to
Correct.
if they are official payment partner, then it will be a great news for
Correct.
Ripple.
Correct.
And there were a lot to go with XRP. This banks has to tie up. They were developing well.
And quietly they've been doing a lot of stuff. They've
Exactly.
been tying up with banks. They've been doing everything under the radar. I think it's time for the announcements.
Yeah, it's time for announcement. It's showing positive in Ripple right now.
Perfect. Okay, let's move on to the most important thing then. What are we thinking of for the month of September? Where do we see Bitcoin? Where do we see Ether? So right now, as we speak, I think Bitcoin is around $60,000. That is what we had said Bitcoin will be in August, although we didn't speak about the 49,000 little dump there.
It was an emergency crash.
But how does September look like? How has September been historically?
So, like when we see like the Bitcoin monthly returns chart, when we see in the August month, mostly it is showing red. Like when we have 10 years, so 3 times only the positive sentiment and at 7 times is a negative sentiment. Even the September also same thing. It's like follow up of August. So mostly this month also slightly bearish thing may happen because of the present structure. Because Bitcoin is roaming around $60,000 right now. So it touched $49,000. There is some price difference happened in different exchanges. Some exchanges touched 48,000. Some exchanges touched only 49,500. This $1,500 kind of difference. Even in past history also, like when BTC touched $3,000 somewhere around 2019, before 2019. So that time there is price difference in the like lower liquidity level.
Correct.
So in the COVID crash, these all liquidity went down and took those liquidity from 3,500 level. So might be like as per the present structure, it is showing bearish in the short time frame. Like in the day time frame, people used to see. So it was slightly bearish. So and it the highest once it crossed 65 only, we can say it was in a bull trend and it was came back to the bulls level, $65,000 level. Till that time, like in the month started, there something crash happened because the Japanese and many factors, and it touched 49. And the present scenario, this is like kind of a short term bearish. We can expect up to the same 49 level also.
In September?
Yes, okay. September 49 level also. If it hold, because most of the institutions like Grayscale and MicroStrategy, BlackRock, these institutions are holding this kind of price. And
even Twitter, at 52 I think is Twitter's.
Yes, so their range is like 55 to 62. The range of buying is 55 to 62. The average price is around $58,000 level. Previously, when it was 2021 and this recent high, so it was the average price becomes 42, and now the average price is around 55. So as per the present the liquidity comes into the market. So if because technical chart never wrong, market is never wrong, market is ultimate the king. So when we see the present structure, it might touch 42 also possible. There is a possibility, but it depends on how it breaks 49. So as per the present structure, it will play in this round, like maybe 60-55 zone. Once it breaks those levels, then sentiment comes maybe new like, because when we see US presidential elections, when we set these dates like November, every 4 years this US presidential elections will be there. So when we set this date to the Bitcoin chart, so mostly there was a dump before the election.
The last election it pumped. It was around 14,500 and it took off from there, if you remember.
Yes. But that was in November 2020 November. Before that, this COVID crash helped to fuel up, and then people started investing.
I think it was 3,500 or something in 2020.
Yes. The similar case, most of the people anticipated. Nobody expected 49 was the range to touch, but most people and institutions came and like invested at this particular price, 49. In the same day only, once it got touched in the evening, US session opened, then it pumped from like 49 to 55. Almost $6,000 movement happened.
Correct.
So at the present structure is like kind of a bearish. So we have to look into it, and once the support levels was broken, the next immediate support is like for shorter term is $54,000 level. So once 54 break, we can see 49 for the retest.
So going by what happens on a monthly basis, you're saying we can expect a little bit of a dump coming Monday.
Yes.
When the month opens and the week opens, everything happens around the same time.
Yes.
A little bit of a pullback is what you are expecting.
Yes, there will be a slightly dump. Maybe it may touch. It will go to $54,000 level. Now it is at 60.
Correct.
So there is $5,000 more. So every day it is moving $2,000-3,000 move like in a simple.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So that's what we can expect in the upcoming Monday.
Is there anything fundamental that can oppose it? Some kind of announcement, have we run out of Trump's announcements? Are we done with Trump? Can Trump still pump it to the next level?
Still, yeah.
Can something happen
Trump is having, I like personally having the hope that Trump can pump.
in September?
Probably this month will be some meetings between Elon and Trump. Previous month also happened. August also there were a lot of
to push traction
to push the traction
right?
for elections, and even they mentioned a lot of about Bitcoin also.
Correct.
So probably again there will be a lot of events across these kind of.
Yeah, he could be thinking, even if I don't win the election, let me just pump some Bitcoin and make some money and get out.
Yeah, might be. And one more thing I have to add is the Bitcoin mining cost.
Yeah.
We should also think about that, because the core contributors for Bitcoin are the miners. You already know. Without them, I think Bitcoin is zero.
Correct.
So right now, the current cost for mining one Bitcoin is around 72,500 range. So if you think today as a miner, you are mining Bitcoin, you got some blocks. Are you ready to sell?
No.
So this is also will be an impact. And once, see, after every halving, there will be a difficulty level will increase.
Correct.
So then automatically
There will also be a while for
exactly.
the miners will whine a little bit.
So what my personal thought is, if you see whatever the miners who mined before the halving, probably they might sell off due to their expense of the next upcoming minings. And I'm thinking there might not be a sell off from the miner side, which is whatever the new minted Bitcoin in the market, because in loss.
The pre-halving miner sell-off was smooth.
There was not a huge dump and all. And I'm expecting the same thing with this cost and all. Probably the miners will hold and the exchange inflows will be lesser, outflows will be higher. It means whatever the miners will deposit, so that will be less, and whatever they will buy back with the amount whatever they are already having, and they will wait for the pump in the future. So this is also one of the fuel for the market should.
The opposite view of what the technical guy is saying.
Exactly.
No, but tell me this. So September we can expect 42, but we cannot expect 75.
Yeah, because coming to the push level, what happened from top? Because it was completely crazy moment in the August. It started pumping from 49, like around from 53 to 70 range. Again dumping from 70 to around 60.
When in August?
Yes, in the August one.
64, 65,
yes,
64,
65.
Yes.
So my view is, if
Yeah.
you see after that Bitcoin conference, Trump spoke and all, Bitcoin came from 70 to 49.
Yes.
So anything is possible. September might be touch 75k
and
also.
We are missing out on token 2049.
Yeah, that was
What can that do to alts? Right, it's on the 18th and 19th of September.
exactly.
Yeah.
What can that do to alts? What kind of token project should be
See,
focusing
main
on?
thing that's what we already have
I
a
think
categories.
Token 2049 itself asks for a separate episode, right? A separate episode just to cover
Yeah, we will do that.
what is happening in token 49, what are the projects to look at. Maybe we'll take that up separately and talk about it.
One more point I want to add, like as per the technical structures, we see volume, the liquidity, where the demand levels, because supply and demand levels. So this kind of crazy moves, something has happened in the market. So market as per the particular product will become weak. So once it will become weak and people, the big institution take advantage and they'll push more downside to grab those opportunities. Because discounted, people use call discounted prices.
Correct.
So everybody is thinking like it's still an uptrend. When we compared with $15,000 level, it is still an uptrend. So people who invested at 15,000, 16,000, the institutions where so much like accumulation happened.
Correct.
Because for any bull run, people used to talk only when the prices are high, they started investing. That time these institutions start selling. The similar thing is happening. The price may not the overpriced. I am telling like there should be some accumulation before any big hit, upside or downside. So right now accumulation means it will stabilize at some particular range. But as per the present structure, the Bitcoin is becoming
The
weak.
range is too wide.
Yeah,
right?
too wide, and Bitcoin is becoming more weak. So anytime can fall. So if some good liquidity, people try to invest upside, but they'll come and sell.
So the moral of the story is the longer something stays in a range, the chances are higher that it's going to fall. So breakout should happen as soon as possible. If the breakout is not happening for a long time, then the chances, the probability
Yes,
is that it might, the
Correct.
higher probability is that it might go down. right? So and Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin's announcements, targeting 5K, what's happening there?
Yeah.
What are we expecting for September? Still going to follow. My question every month will remain this: when are we going to see Ether getting detached from Bitcoin? Is that going to happen? Is that going to happen this month?
Dominance wise.
I'm not even talking about dominance, just that the price movement along attached to Bitcoin is a little bit of a, can't Ether break out of it?
Like most correlated.
Yeah.
Like
see, if you see in the terms of this ecosystem growth, for example, recently we saw that lowest recorded gas fees in Ethereum ecosystem. It came below $1, I think.
yes.
$1.01 I think. So this has happened because developer activities are less and the number of users who are using the ecosystem are less every day because of lot of things. The more number of tokens are not releasing. If you see the data of the main thing for ecosystem is to more number of product get released.
Correct.
Then only the ecosystem will be healthier and stronger.
Correct.
If you see right now, the meme coins are attracting from Solana. And Tron also announced a lot of platforms like Pump.fun. Vitalik directly telling why these meme coins are getting volume. So he is building a lot of other DeFi things and all. Probably once the attention got shift from memes or any kind of cultural coins to the proper utility based coins, we can see a great volume in Ethereum again. And no matter what is happening in Solana and all, Base is getting good volume. Base is one of the largest layer 2 in Ethereum. They are getting a decent volume because of a lot of gas fees is less, and there were few meme coins which got hit in Base, including Based and then Brett. Brett was one of the big hit in the Base ecosystem. It pumped like crazily from 0.005 or 0005 to 0.15. So the price was also really good. Because of a lot of layer 2 movements and if you see, and one more thing I should mention, Sony also announced layer 2 on top of Ethereum. So it is also one of the great news for Ethereum. So it's called Sonium.
So do you think we could see the first actual real gaming tokens coming out?
Might be. Still we don't have any clarity on what kind of dApps will build on top of Sonium. But it will again give a good volume to Ethereum. Because the core gas fees will pay by Ethereum always. Because of all the layer 2. Let's see, I'm hoping for the volume might shift from...
What is Sony going to do with it? What's the plan? What are they talking about? They have an OTT platform, they have game...
That's what, like see, any kind of dApps can build on top of that. They will open for developers. Whoever wants to build might be gaming or might be kind of decentralized social media or it might be a video playing platform. So anything can build on top of them with a less fees, and they are really working with Optimism Superchain. So there is one Superchain hub is there in Optimism. So they are working with them and they are leveraging the technology from Ethereum as well, the security and all. So we can see some kind of gaming dApps or else a kind of entertainment dApps.
Did they do something to the Sony stock?
No.
Nothing yet.
And so I'll mention in the next upcoming coin list also we mentioned one coin which is related to Sony. So that we'll speak later.
Coming to that is a good cue for you to talk about it. So the top gainers of August is something that we'll look at and then we'll quickly look at that and move on to what we're looking forward to in September.
Correct.
So we had Helium again on the list. Helium did well, HNT did well in July, and despite the downward movement of Bitcoin, Helium has still done about 23%.
Yeah.
What is keeping it going? Do you think it's going to continue in the month of September?
See, the main thing across the decentralized networks, IoT, is going to spread across all over the world. Even the devices are getting, the sales of Helium devices are getting day by day bigger. And Helium announced their mobile also.
Correct.
We spoke already.
It's not exactly a flash in the pan, they just continue the momentum that they had.
Exactly. And one more is, recently I went through one project called UpOS. Basically, there is one company called Moment Labs. They were a first modular layer 2 on top of Ethereum. So they announced the device where it is the OS completely tweaked from Android and it's completely built as a Web3 OS. Where you can see, and one thing is the fingerprint is recorded on ZK rollup, zero knowledge proofs. So your data is secure with ZK and their devices are coming soon. They announced the pre-sale also, the phones. It is packed with the Dimensity 8200 chipset, MediaTek. Chipset wise, the price wise, it is, I'm not satisfied with the price of $999, which I saw. And it is a Web3 phone, complete Web3 package, where it runs on smoothly on Ethereum layer 2. So these kind of mobile devices which are opting Web3 OS, and they announce one more thing is, it is a open source. Any OEM supported, OEM means a kind of hardware supported to the software. So which, for example, Sony Sony is not now, like OnePlus, Oppo, any OEM. Big companies are there, no? So nothing. So if they are open to accept this OS, so you can flash it to any phone, Android running phone. So this is a good move because they are not only wants to sell the phone, parallelly they want to give the OS to the people who wants to use with their device.
Right.
So for that, decentralized internet is necessary. So Helium is going to provide that. So in the core layer, if you see, Helium is daily growing day by day, and we can expect anytime soon it can be relisted in Binance again. So it already delisted, and it can be anytime soon, and it will give a huge volume to Helium again. So with the product perspective, they are really doing a great job. And if the 5G got rolled out in Helium, so we can see a lot more number of routers should be placed across the world, probably in the countries where they are supported. So, and these are the updates across them. So that's why they are keep on building slowly. This is what happened.
But that is very interesting to talk about decentralized internet. That is again another topic that deserves its own episode,
Exactly.
deserves at least a couple of hours of talk, right? We should touch that up as well, right?
Sure.
And Aave did about 27%, Clayton did about 17%, Tron we spoke about 17%. Sui again is a project that has got everybody excited.
Yeah.
Right?
Sui, because of Grayscale announced their trust. So Grayscale fund, whatever the trusts are there. So Sui and Tau make they were in asset place. So anyone can buy from their Grayscale platform. So this is also one of the good news, and already we know Sui
is good.
Sui is, funded and founded by the Facebook guys and Google guys. So they works on a different language called Moo. So whatever the TPS and fees they are having, it's very less. And they were really cool. We comparatively other layer ones, Sui is building faster.
Correct.
Their tie-ups, whatever you are seeing there. Recently I heard one of the biggest game is making a debut in Sui. I forgot the name of the game. Probably that will also boost. See, the main thing why these kind of coins should get attention is, if you see Pepe, other meme coins, I'm not telling they should not get the volume, but these guys are contributing something to the core of the blockchain. So they should get the good volume. Pepe sitting around 3 to 4 billion or 5 billion market cap.
We spoke about the last time. If there is an actual project behind what people are announcing, it is not going to see a 1,000,000% pump.
No,
if it's absolutely nothing, if it is nothingness, then in like a week you're going to see 152.
Can you name any of the meme coin which launched in 2014 except Doge?
No.
That's what. For a long term, I'm just speaking about
100%. 100%.
So,
no, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree about fundamentally tokens being strong. Right?
Correct.
But sniping.
Yeah, that's true. There will be the momentum will be for a shorter period of time. Probably they make good money. I'm not telling they should not do that. If they're really making money, they should.
Isn't that a great thing for business? You're making quick money right at the beginning, and then you use that money to actually build something.
Correct. That's
instead of the other way around, where you're announcing something huge, and since there's no traction, there is no regular updates on it because you're announcing something huge.
Correct.
The market doesn't really move. You don't have the money, and it goes to development hell.
Correct. See, one thing is the retailers are making money in meme coins and other coins, but if you see parallelly, if 1 out of 9 only they are making money in this particular coin. Remaining and all, even yesterday I saw one article, someone lost, they put $1 million in a meme coin, I forgot the name, in Solana ecosystem. Within 1 hour that became $9.5K. From $1 million to $9,000 means you see the drop.
This is exactly what we spoke about, not taking your money to
exactly.
.pump and .fun, right? That is
Correct.
always the big guys like Binance, who do their own due diligence
Correct.
before listing something.
If you really wants to make money in that, like, it's a kind of
it's gambling.
Gambling.
Not even gambling.
Probably. It's a
like
lottery.
right?
It's true. So that's why these kind of Suyo and all, they are building really good for the next upcoming. See, they might survive, might not survive, because if you see lot of greatest projects which are launched in ICOs and all, they draw down completely. We can't say this is going to be the biggest hit of in the blockchain. Might possible, but the kind of updates they are giving, it's really promising.
We've seen some great projects like Kin and Civic.
Civic.
Not take off at all. Right?
Correct.
Backed by great people, backed by brilliant companies. Just
Probably if it didn't work out, means we should accept our losses and we should get out from that, and we should put for the new projects.
Fair enough. And even Dawn took such a long time.
Exactly.
Dawn took such a long time, right?
Still I remember when I first time I saw Dawn, it was around $1 nearby, 1.2. I thought, why this coin is not pumping? It's backed by Telegram directly. It's an open network. You can build anything on top of, and you are already having 700 million users are there. Then why it is not pumping? But see, that's what the beauty of whatever the analysis you will do for the future is. After 4 months, whole world is talking about Dawn.
Dawn, correct.
And everyone telling this is the beginning of Dawn.
Correct.
So that's what, like when you have a proper research on the product like Apto, Sui, they came from the same language.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I don't think it's a coincidence that just when people are saying it's the beginning of Dawn, the CEO gets arrested. It is not a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence.
There is something more to it than just right? It happened at the same time.
Please, there's something within that.
See, history, like technical or fundamental history, always repeats. So when these big guys started pumping, the project came from nowhere. Like people think it is dead. So that time it started pumping and people try to invest. So when they immediately, maybe next month or within 2 months, it started dumping again. That's where this big money came in and they started pumping like skyrocket.
You make me depressed, man, saying it's a cycle, it's a predictable cycle. The same thing happens, right?
Yeah.
You pump, you dump, you pump, you dump, you pump, you dump.
But once the skyrocket happened, suppose if the product reached from 0 to 100, so then once it reached from 80% or 85%, the news comes in. Like whole world talks about this particular token, and most of the liquidity, because for the like big guys, they need to be some buy volume. They has to be sell, right? So that time once the news came out and globally, and it's more trending at the present topic. So then after maybe some moment they'll start dumping, and people were shocked. We were invested at higher prices, so we thought this is a lower price. Then it became the highest price once it got dropped below that price. So cycle repeat, history repeats itself. So this is on and on goes.
And one
forever.
more thing is, it's very easy to say buy the dip and sell the high. It's actually, see, if you are going with all the emotions, why, if there are no news across the coin, then they are accumulating silently.
No, the thing is, when they say buy the dip, it's because people can't explain 3-4 pages. They say buy the dip. Buy the dip doesn't mean you buy 100% of what you have.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? Keep buying the little bit so that you average, because you don't know what is the bottom, you don't know what is the top. So instead of putting everything in one go, you keep buying small bits here and there, small bits here and there. Is buy the dip.
Correct.
Correct. Right? And one more thing is, whenever we are seeing any project, we should always take a reference from Luna.
Correct.
How much hype the project was, and even anyone in the world, no one said negative about that.
Correct. Honestly, I don't know if it's a traumatic experience, but I just don't remember anything about Luna. I've completely forgotten Luna. I'm like, what is Luna kind of thing? It's just trauma. Right?
That's what.
Out of memory.
So that's what, like whatever the great project, see, booking profits is necessary for everyone. If you are at the cycle top, if you felt, see, main thing is, here we don't know anyone. Can you predict anyone BTC top? No one will predict. If you satisfied with your money, if you satisfied with the price, we can get out from that.
Exactly.
It is same thing with all the coins.
It's a simple mantra.
Simple mantra.
If it is in positive, take the profit out, take some money out, pay some taxes,
Correct.
enjoy the money, invest a little more.
Correct.
Yes,
Right?
correct.
Don't stick to any project.
Right.
See, there will be everyone telling one more Ethereum will rise. Ethereum is already there. Might be some other token will get to a best price.
There have been several ethers.
ETH
Right?
killer.
If you talk about the percentage growth of ether, there have been several tokens that are
Exactly.
that percent, right?
Sure,
They might not
That's
have
true.
gone from $1 to $5,000. They would have gone from $0.50 to $2,500.
Correct.
Or maybe 3 more decimals to something else.
So many like there's removed zeros, like this kind of Shiba and all.
Correct.
They were literally pumped 1 lakh %, 2 lakh %.
Yeah.
Within no time. I mean.
Yeah.
That's true. So that's what like. Few
Talk about 1 lakh %, 2 lakh %. What's happening with Nvidia? Where is that going? Do you think that's going to affect the AI game when it comes to this? And sorry, before you get into it, I just read a couple of days back that a lot of Nvidia employees don't have time to spend the millions that they've made. They have so much work to do. They've all become multimillionaires because of the 3,500, 4,000% growth, but they don't have the time to spend money. Go on, shoot.
See, right now the GPU is one of the most important thing in the any market. If you want to do graphics, you need a processor.
Okay.
If you want to do something, if AI want to process all the database model, it needs processor.
Okay.
So they are really keeping it simple. So they are providing all the GPU stuff. And yesterday night they announced their revenue might be, around 112 or 200% upside. So it is around $30 billion. So these kind of numbers will 100% going to impact in the cryptocurrencies which are correlated to the AI sector and GPU sector. For example, render. You see, they are also getting the devices across the world and they were making it decentralized. And you can borrow the rendering power from them and you can pay via render token or else other crypto token. If you see like Tau, they are works with ML. So you can create a model and you can train any kind of model with machine learning. So you can create by using subnets. There are huge concepts with this. So my point is, whenever Nvidia is going to be crazy with all the revenues and whatever the things they are in the news, probability of these kind of coins pumping is more. So we should
Sentiment drive.
No,
broadening.
particularly these sector coins are going to pump because of the impact of Nvidia.
Yes.
If you see the past data I am telling, might be it might affect to other sectors also. But whatever the previous data shows, whatever the things happened in the across past 2 to 3 months or 1 year, a lot of AI coins pumped because of Nvidia also. Apple VR is announced.
Correct.
That time render got huge pump because of they were tied up with Apple render. So like this, there are so many companies which are directly tied up with Web2 companies. There is something happening across Web2 companies, so they will get direct impact to the Web3. So this is how Nvidia is kind of making an influence across this kind of AI coins like Render, then I have Tau, then AI, FET. So Fetch also we have to look into that because recently they were merged with
Fetch.ai.
Ocean Agix, AGIX. Ocean is a data farming protocol. Agix is a kind of AI plus they were major into kind of biotech. So they're having a labs and the co-founder and founders from the biotech team. So they got merged with FET. So FET is now ASI.
FET is now ASI.
ASI, Artificial Super Intelligence coin. So now it's having superpower of 3 coins. One is FET, one is Agix, one is Ocean. So we have to keep an eye on that also.
What happened to Ocean? Ocean doesn't exist anymore, is it?
No, they merged with FET. This 3 token got merged. So and there will be one ASI. And it is maintained by FET and FET is having their own layer 1 which is works with Cosmos SDK. So we should have one separate topic about Cosmos because a lot of projects like iInjective, Fetch, Osmos, whatever the building on top of Cosmos, they are really doing good.
Correct.
So FET is now they are merged and they are seeing some good volume.
I think everything we speak in like the 60-70 minute time frame deserves a separate episode.
Yes,
right? It's like an ocean.
Correct.
So moving on to the most important part of the episode. What are the top 5 picks for the coming months? What are we looking at? I have Aster here. So Aster, what does it look technically? Is it a technical?
No, it's a fundamental.
Fundamental. So what's happening?
He'll explain technical. The thing is, Aster, why I personally we picked Aster because, as I told, Sony launched their own layer 2 blockchain, and Sony Labs funded Aster already. They were invested in Aster, and I saw a lot of documents and data related to Aster will be the main governance token in the Sony L2.
Okay,
the Sony.
Isn't September related too early for that?
No, because the impact and the kind of what we call the news will be high now. So we should keep an eye. So because they already announced the layer 2, so probability of getting this volume in this coin is really higher.
People should start looking at Aster.
Exactly.
Yes.
So and they should do their research about what is Aster and how they will do. So and I'm expecting because of this Aster will get the good volume, and they already pumped once. I mean it's from 0.2 they recently reached 0.2 height. So probably it is a good. I mean we should look into this.
What happens if Bitcoin goes to 42? Is this in spite of that? Is like banana that banana did what it had
See
to
that's
do
what.
by
See there will be a lot of confusion across everyone. I mean within everyone. See which coin will recover first.
Correct. That's what I was asking.
That is the thing.
Exactly. 100%.
So when there is a volume, for example, if you see when there is a drop across Bitcoin to 42k, what coin you will pick immediately? High caps,
Correct.
Ethereum, BNB, then we'll go to Solana, AVAX, INJ, whatever in the top 10, Tron, TON.
Correct.
So once the volume get into that, then only this whatever the previous heat coin,
Correct.
which are already in heat, they will get the volume.
So we got about 20% right last time.
Exactly.
With respect to what will recover faster in
Correct.
case of a crash. And this time we're looking at Aster connected to
Sony L2.
What is the technical?
See, technically is also good. Like you mentioned about the point how when Bitcoin crashed to 42, what will happen to these coins and what coins we have to pick. See, generally the history repeats itself. So how this goes means when Bitcoin is in emergency and crash before any bull run. So first BTC, most of the dominance, like because most of the market cap was with the BTC, like Bitcoin around 57%, the volume of the total market cap. So once the BTC drop, and along with that most of the altcoins will also drop as per the sentiment will drive. So once BTC started recovering, these coins also will start recovering and will stabilize for some time. As per the present structure of the Aster,
It's at about 6 cents now.
yeah,
Last week,
yes, 6 cents,
Still
yes.
there.
So it was it went up to 4 cents,
Downside.
downside, and it was at the good support level
Okay.
because the max low is 3 cents.
So it's found support at around 4 cents. What's the market cap?
So market cap
Sitting around 600-700 million already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and by the way, we are recording this at around 7 o'clock in the evening. This is the time New York opens. What happened to Bitcoin?
Yeah, it was positive because from morning it was completely positive. So what we can expect 61 also possible.
What is it now?
6300.
Okay, so they took it up.
It was positive.
Okay, fair enough. So the next one is Matic. Matic, I somehow find it always on the list. I know I might sound a little bitter and sour, but being an Indian founder, sometimes I'm proud of Matic and sometimes I'm jealous of Matic. What's happening with Matic in September? What is the fundamental?
So currently there is a migration of Matic token to Polygon. So Pol. So it is so called Polygon only. So they rebranded 1 year before.
It was Poly earlier, right? Poly became
No.
Matic and
Matic only. The company name is Polygon. So the token name is Matic. Now they completely rebranded Matic to POL token.
They also were Poly before Matic, and then they became Matic. Now they're going back to POL. I guess.
POL. So right now Matic was only fueled the Matic ecosystem. The Polygon is basically initially they were released as a layer 2 for Ethereum.
Correct.
Then they upgraded themselves as a layer 1 and they did sidechain and all to Ethereum. They were seeing a lot of partnership like Disney, Hotstar, like other few, Starbucks. There were a lot of this thing happening, partnership. Right now, September 8th will be the token swap will be there. And Polygon will be rebranded, I mean Matic will be rebranded as Poly. This will be one of the news for this Polygon because if you see a lot of other tokens, like recently we have a few tokens like what we call Galax, Gal. It is rebranded to some other name. It got pumped because it will indicate as a new token. And if you see whatever the ecosystem also showing that POL is used across all the activities of the ecosystem. It might be they're having their own ZK this one software SDK. So you can build your own layer 2 by using their thing. For that you can pay via POL token now.
Okay, so the big news is the swap.
Swap plus the token will be used in all the ecosystem.
Okay.
So this is also one of the big news for this one.
So first week of September is a good time to load up a little bit of
Matic, yeah.
Yes.
Matic if you think the price.
Polygon.
Even technical structure is also looking good. So once it got break, so I can tell immediately, like I can tell the break point where you can look up after 0.67. So right now it is 0.44.
Okay.
So once 0.67
Is a breakout point.
yes,
right?
breakout point.
What's the upside?
Upside is the sky, so around $3 we can expect as a all-time high.
Hmm.
From it's almost like
But 67 is the point to look out for.
yes.
And what's the bottom? Where's the support? If
So-
Bitcoin happens to take a
So it's almost reached the bottom level like of 2022. So it was in June 2022. It was 0.3.
30 cents.
So yeah, so that point was touched recently, like the recent low when BTC touched 49k. So it touched that lowest point and immediately bounced back to this 44. Right now it is at 0.44. So in the month of September, some news may pump and then started, because right now it is in accumulation stage.
Sure.
We can tell about technically the breakout point might be the more demand will come around 68, 0.68.
Around 68. So we need to watch out for about 25 to 30 cents if there's a
Yes.
big dump in Bitcoin.
Yes.
And then 67 cents for the breakout.
Yes,
Is
correct.
where we are with Matic. And then of course we have JST and Sun. And
Just.
Sun.
Because we already discussed about
Correct. We've discussed
complete
about
platform.
let's just look at the technicals and see what could be the upside. Do we already have any support points for
Yeah.
Sun? I think Sun went down to about 2.9.
So I will go with the just first. Recently, like in the month of March, it's tried to break upside, but the market it didn't support the market condition. Like BTC was dropping from 70, like it was in sideways market. So this was the break point around 0.038. It was hanging there only. Like in this particular token also, it's still bullish, and it is accumulating in particular pattern. Like it is in a descending pattern. So once it got breakout, already breakout happened, it and became a fake out. So right now it is accumulation at 0.030. See, as you know, these two coins, Justens, and when the market is in emergency situation, he will come up with some news and they'll try to start pumping these coins. So we can expect some accumulation should be there, and we can give it a point 0.04
For
like for a breakout.
for
JST. Yes,
breakout.
JST.
Last is then about $5.50 all-time high.
No, it was right now it is trading at Sun SUN, right?
Yeah.
So 0.034 it was trading at.
But its all-time high is about 55
50,
cents.
54.
55 cents is about the all-time high. For
Yeah, it was a huge move. Like as per technically, it was huge move. Generally, when any product moves like 1x to 2x, it was almost within a week. It is moved around 5x. So there will it's a good volume intake happened. So once it got little corrected, and we are looking for upside only more.
So the Sun is going to come up.
Yes.
We also have GMT on the list.
Stepan
Yes.
got tied up with the watch company
G-Shock.
G-Shock.
Yeah.
So they were now, I mean, they got a tie-up with G-Shock. So I'll explain about Stepan like just for 1 minute. Like Stepan basically a move to earn, where you can install the application.
Yes.
So they were like, you have an application where they were launched on Solana and backed by Binance, launch pool also they launched. They saw a great price movement in previous months also. So now these tie-ups will give you a boost for the Stepan, as well as their ecosystem. I mean, the kind of application updates they are giving, it is really good. So right now people are again, they are tying with this. See what happened when they got tied up with any kind of smartwatches, then it will be a huge move.
Yes.
Because of the Web2 presence will be also there, Web3 presence will also there. So I'm expecting there are a lot partnerships will come, and this G-Shock will be one of the great
When did
partnerships.
this G-Shock news happen?
1 week before the
And did the market react?
Almost 10% it reacted
10 to
on that
20%.
particular day.
We are looking with further growth in
Yeah.
GMT in the coming month if these partnerships continue.
exactly.
Yes.
If this partnership continues, and now currently I'm feeling still people are having interest on this because of like a lot of users are onboarding and new downloads are happening.
Okay. And what are the technicals like?
Like
What are the points to
yeah,
follow?
one more point I want to add. Like I got to know about this Step-in shoes, like when it was launched
NFT.
in NFT.
NFT.
Binance. So I used to buy and sell those when the trend was there that time. Right
Move to
now,
earn.
yeah, move to earn. So I like my friend like from US. He bought the shoes original and he used to walk, and then he got the points. There he can cash out these tokens, GMT tokens. So there I got to know about this, and for the technical structure, it was good. Still in bearish trend. So once it got like right now it is around 0.12. around 12 cents. So we can get in a volume. So good volume happened in the range of 21 cents. Because when it was 2023 January, where BTC like was downside, so this started pumping. Maybe the news happened that time, but the huge volume happened, but that 1 year back almost. So when we see the demand prices were around 23 cents, so we can see some good breakout.
So it's already a good buying point.
Yes, good buying point.
We
can see. Yes.
What's the bottom? What is the support?
So support in terms like there is no support because it started from 0.01 1 cent.
Okay.
So right now it is at 12 cents.
12 cents.
So recent low was around 8 cents.
Okay.
So
8 to 12 is a good range.
Yes, good range to
buy.
buy. Yes.
Maybe if Bitcoin goes to 42, 43, maybe even 5 or 6 cents.
Yes.
Right? There's a possibility.
Yes, correct.
If it takes, and the recovery could be equally good.
Yes.
GMT. What's the market cap like?
GMT currently having some 600 million market cap.
Okay.
So it's a good move. Like once these companies collaborate each other, so it will be more people get to know more about these tokens because most of the people invest according to their project value in the market, intrinsic value. Like is there any company's back end?
Right.
So once the company is back end, they have more trust in those.
Correct.
Because we can see in a Mavia, right? Recently dumped again 0.1 and immediately pumped.
Correct.
$1 to
$1 to 1.8.
The thing is, I don't know how interesting that is, but or how accurate it is. So you're saying GMT is right now between 500 600 million market cap.
I mean the total market cap is
Diluted.
fully diluted,
Fully
but
diluted.
if you circulation is around 300 million market cap.
Okay. If you look at fully diluted itself, with the price at around 12, it's about 560 million dollars.
Yeah.
And 23 you say is where a large demand is,
Yeah.
right? Which also marks a $1 billion market cap. When it's around 20 to 23, it's a $1 billion market cap.
Yes.
So could that be the push when you're getting closer to that psychological number of $1 billion market cap? Could the pump come in then? Could the volume come in then?
So this is totally depend on if the news is really legit and all. The token unlocks also we should have a look.
Correct.
If they want to dump on us, then they will create a news and they will sell off on the retailers.
Absolutely.
That also possible. Then the market cap will increase. So currently we are sitting at the circulation market cap of 320 million somewhere there. So if it 2x also will be around 1 billion probably.
Correct. 2x is 1 billion.
Yes.
1 billion.
2x
So
is-
this time if there are unlocks are there, we should have a look on that also.
Lock and not get locked.
Not get caught on the top,
At the top.
again. Yeah.
So why these tokens are more value means something physical product is going on the back end. So once the trend started upside, like a Bitcoin, major market move is upside, like uptrend. So these coins will perform more. So that's why we always look into these kind of projects where the back end value is there, like a GMT. So these tokens will look into it, and once the trend got changed in the major coins, then we can look these coins and we started investing. So these coins are mostly stabilizing at this particular price. Even the major market is drop also, these coins will be at the stabilized price.
Fair enough.
Yes. So
I mean, people are trusting and they're holding. They don't want to sell off everything.
sell off.
So basically what we're saying is that September can be another negative month. There is
Yes.
all possibility that it could be a little more bearish.
Because of the weakness in the Bitcoin and yes.
Correct. Fair enough. More than anything else. Of course, all these things can change with a wide variety of world events. Anything can
Yes.
Anything can happen.
Right? Anybody can get shot at. Anybody can get arrested. Absolutely anything can happen, and all those things that we discussed right now will get invalidated. But overall, high level, not getting too deep into it, but again looks a little bearish.
Yes.
So tread with caution.
Yes.
And also another thing that I would like to add is, if there's any crypto that somebody tells you is going to make 1000%, 2000%, don't keep it to yourself, right? Tell a few other people. Because if it is a project that is doing well, more people coming in will make it do very well.
Yes.
If it is a scam, somebody is going to point it out to you.
Correct.
Right? So you either grow together or somebody will tell you and you will not fall.
Yeah.
Right? So it's always better to share information, financial information where something is saying it's going to go up 100x or it'll double your money.
Correct. And always we should put a disclaimer that DYOR while telling about the
100%. I mean, I don't think you need to put the disclaimer anymore. It goes without saying that, I mean, if you're an adult, if you're handling money And if you're not doing your own research,
Correct.
then you should not be handling money.
Correct.
That's a very simple thing. What we are talking here is based out of our analysis, our hours of watching the markets and reading all sorts of nonsense and unwanted data. Also, it comes out of that. So there's a little bit of bias. We are biased towards crypto, right? We love crypto. We love Bitcoin. So we are biased towards it. So we are always bullish about it. So and hence, whatever you hear, whoever tells you anything, absolutely do your own research. And yeah, so to finish off, we're not looking at 75k in September.
Yes, yes.
And we're not looking at 25k in September.
But no.
We are again going to be toggling between 49. We've got to 49 now. We were toggling between 54 and 72.
No,
They're saying
it's
we're going to toggle between 48 and 72 with an added risk of a dump to 42.
42 also.
Correct? That's the overall scenario, but you never know. We always hope for the opposite of what we are saying to happen with respect to any bearish momentum. Fine, alright, great. Is there something you guys want to add?
I said keep an eye on the TON ecosystem also.
Keep an eye on the TON ecosystem.
TON and TRON both.
TON and TRON.
Yeah.
So
TON especially for both way movement. A major movement either ways. It can be a major dump or it can be a major pump.
Yeah, both the sides possible.
Both the sides, but TRON most probably is an upside movement as of
for this month might be there were a lot of volume will flow into TRON.
So one thing I want to add, like be patient and invest wisely.
Be patient and invest wisely. Great. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button. Like this video. Share it with your friends. And also let us know if there is some particular topic that you want us to talk about. Let us know in the comments what you think, where you think market is headed. And also show your support for Pavel if you can. It's just that the TON ecosystem is too great. And Telegram mini apps are really amazing for them to be stopped at this point in time. That's it. You have a good time. I hope you have a good September and I hope the markets are green for you. That's it. Bye-bye.